What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of Ocarina of Time. Now, those of you that actually know me and have stuck around for previous Let's Play series and previous Let's Play episodes know that I sometimes like to start off the episode by setting the camera at a nice angle, at a cool looking angle, but unfortunately, because the Nintendo 64 was one of the first, actually I believe it was the first console to actually implement camera controls. I couldn't, the camera controls are limited right now, so I couldn't do that. Kinda stinks, huh? But anyway, let's take out these enemies to start. No better way to start out this Deku Tree dungeon than by taking out all the plants that are on the main floor. You got a Deku Nut. Set it to C and try throwing it. It will flash and stun the enemy. That's kind of handy. That sounds kind of handy. And it sounds like we can pull off some decent ninja moves, you know? Oh, yeah. I don't exactly know what that was. I apologize. I apologize for those unnecessary ninja noises. Even though I know that everyone loves ninjas, I don't think people like hearing me making those lame ninja noises. Okay, well anyway, we find ourselves here at the very first dungeon of the game. And it has been a long while since I last played this game in general. I was going to say that this was my first time playing in this dungeon, but really in general it's been a long time since I last played Ocarina of Time. I believe that it was a good almost 3 years since I last touched this game, I think. But here we've found the dungeon map. Press start to get into the subscreens and look at the map subscreen. Blue chambers are places you have already visited. Your current location is the flashing room. Move the control stick up down to select a floor to view. That will be handy for us later on. Oh, Navi. Oh, Navi. So rude. Look at this wall. The vines growing on it give it a rough surface. Maybe you can climb it, ShdwjGaming. And we could, but unfortunately, and you gotta remember the inverted first-person camera controls, unfortunately, there are spiders on top of this rough wall, and those spiders are known as wall Skulltulas. And I don't know about you guys, but spiders terrify me in real life. So if spiders terrify me in real life, chances are they will be a little bit terrifying to me in video games as well. You can open a door by Really? Really now? Okay, well in all fairness, this was the very first 3D Zelda game, right? So I don't think that previous Zelda games, or Zelda games prior to this, used an action button in order to enter doors. So in all fairness, I understand why she would have thought that she had to tell us about that. But come on, Navi, it's 2015 already. Ow! Forgive me, master! If I give you a clue, will you let me go? When you jump off a high cliff, if you hold control stick forward, you will roll on the ground when you land and won't get hurt from the fall. I can't guarantee it will work though, if the cliff is really, really high. He wants me to. He's just waiting for me to jump off a cliff and try that out, and then he'll be like looking down from the ledge and he'll watch me, and then I'll try to do that control stick tip that he gave me, and then I'm gonna splat on the ground. That's what he wants for me. I know it, cause he seems like a very cruel and wicked Deku shrub. Okay, I judge him, but I only had one conversation with this guy. I'm a little harsh, aren't I? But here we have our fairy slingshot. This is what we're going to use to take care of those wall Skulltulas that we saw in the main chamber. I'll go ahead and call the center of the Deku Tree the main chamber. Basically the trunk of the Deku Tree. Or actually, technically, wouldn't all of this dungeon be considered within the trunk of the Deku Tree? Yeah, that would make some sense. Assuming that the things that I say make sense to you guys. Alright, so just use your slingshot to knock down this ladder, as I just did. Man, I've gotta chill with the advice, because I know that a lot of you have already played Ocarina of Time. But as I said before, there's always the off chance that you, the viewer, have not played Ocarina of Time. And if you haven't, I want you to L target and just shoot this wall Skulltula down because he is a wicked and terrible wall Skulltula, wicked and terrible spider, and I wasted ammo just now. Did you see that? I know that all of you guys were very impressed with my ammo wasting skills. Compared to Wind Waker, I'm going to have to work a lot more efficiently, you know? I've got to be wise about how I spend the ammo that I have, the arrows that I have. It's kind of weird saying ammo in a Zelda game. Zelda game. Yeah, Zelda, The Legend of Zelda, you know, Prince Zelda. Alright. Oh, and here we have a giant version of the wall Skulltula. Of course, he's not called a wall Skulltula because he's not on the wall, so he's just called a Skulltula, I believe. And if you L target and then you press up C, then Navi will give you a description of the enemy, but let's see what this guy says. Oh, a big Skulltula. Okay, so its soft belly is its weak point. So there you go. If you ever have a hard time with any enemy or even some of the bosses in this game, then you could consult Navi if you really wanted to, that is. If you really wanted to hear her speak. I know that many people, many people do not like hearing that young fairy speak. Alright, so what do we have here? We have a little plant, a little lone plant. I was kind of making the camera shake just now. It reminded me of Majora's Mask because on the third day, as many of you know, the ground would just start shaking because of how the moon was about to fall. And that, by the way, is the improper way to fight a plant, because typically plants, people don't have a hard time fighting plants, but in my case, I did. I lost a heart. Impressive, huh? Not really. There we go. So yeah, you'll be doing a lot of that. You'll be doing a lot of lighting torches in this game, but to conserve your Deku sticks, just like I said, you want to work efficiently. Or I want to work efficiently, because in Wind Waker I was not working efficiently at all. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was saying that you're gonna do a lot of that torch lighting. Alright, I believe that we'll need to do torch lighting again. Let's see. I don't see a torch though. No, I don't see a torch. We can put this away. Yeah, you gotta put it away quickly, otherwise it'll burn. But take a look at this. This is a golden Skulltula, and it's a spider just like the other Skulltulas, but this one is special. As for what makes it special, you guys will see in a future episode. You destroyed a gold Skulltula, you got a token proving you destroyed it. Well, okay then. I can say that one thing that makes it special is because you get a golden token from it, and you'll want to collect those later on down the road. But as to why you'll want to collect them, you'll see later on. And this is very cool. It looks like the giant Skulltula, or excuse me, the big Skulltula, not the giant Skulltula. But it looks like it's scratching its back against the wall, so that's kind of cool. Kind of reminds me of my dog who likes to scratch his back against the floor. At least that's what it looks like he's doing. Sometimes I don't know what's up with my dog, Rocky, but he is one of the cutest dogs that I have ever seen. Of course, I'm not being biased just because he's my dog, you know. He really is such an adorable and cute dog. Now let's just get that big treasure chest before we go and exit this room. By the way, with that whole golden Skulltula thing, keep in mind that we will find one more golden Skulltula, I believe, or two more, I think. But anyway, if I forget those golden Skulltulas, then you can go ahead and leave it in the comments that I have failed you guys. Because I wouldn't be surprised if I did fail you, because I've failed you all so many times. But now I'm giving you permission to, in this episode anyway, I'm giving you my permission to actually emphasize the fact that I failed you in the comment section below. Alright. I'm sorry, I don't really know what I'm saying. Take this! Oh. For some reason I thought that the Deku stick could hit his face, but it seems like, aw, the rupee! No! Well, it seems like his face is kind of, it acts like armor pretty much, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Okay, so we have completed this main chamber. Now we need to go down to the basement. But how are we going to do that, you ask? Why did I go around here? Why, how, ugh, I can't commentate today. How are we going to do that, you might ask? Well, we're going to do it by jumping off and landing on the spider web because it's gonna break just like this. That's gotta be one strong spider web produced by one giant spider. And if I were to encounter that spider in real life, I would be absolutely terrified. Didn't I just tell you guys that I'm terrified of spiders? Were you guys not listening at all? Hello? Anyway, here is the second golden Skulltula. Let's just take care of this guy. And then, because we don't have a hook shot or anything, we will be getting a hook shot later in this game, just like with Wind Waker. But we can just jump and make our way to that. Well, we can jump, believe me. I know that it's possible. I think that if we roll, it'll be better. There you go, and we have Golden Skulltula token number 2. Alright, it looks like this is where I'm going to conclude the episode. Thank you guys once again for tuning in, and I will see you guys in the next episode where we will hopefully, by then, not by then. Could you imagine if this is episode 2, but what if in episode 3 you tuned in and then like all of a sudden I'm like, hey, the dungeon's over, guys. Let's move on with the story. No, that's not gonna happen. I will see you guys in the next episode where we will take care of the rest of this dungeon. But until then, take care.